I keep telling people that it's a shame that you have the Costa Rica trip in February when we're in classes, because I was the one who wanted that.
I really want to go.
I was like, we're in
Will
session.
you
I have
guys,
to work.
will the staff mutiny if I go to Costa Rica and leave y'all?
I'm going too, if that's the case.
Oh, okay.
We'll just not have LifeQuest.
We'll just close the office for 10 days.
All right. For those of you on Zoom, we have started live streaming on Facebook. So if you just click got it or touch that, then you'll stay in this meeting. And don't worry, your picture's not being broadcast on Facebook or anything. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Leslie so that our guest speaker is the highlight face for everybody on Facebook. And if you need help, Leslie, showing your presentation, I might be able to walk you through that.
Perfect, because I may. Let's see what's going on here.
You want to try to share your screen? You might have to leave, bring it up, and then come back if it's not.
Okay.
If it's not findable. This is the way of technology. Yeah, something's happening. There it goes.
Let's see.
I see a big blue screen. There it is.
Is that what was?
Yeah, Collette.
Start on me. Let's see. Okay. Well,
welcome. There you go.
All right.
That's working.
That is great, because nothing makes a presenter nervous in the very beginning of a presentation like it not working.
So we have 46 classes a week that we run at LifeQuest, and about 17 of those have a Zoom or hybrid option. So this is Gina's life. And everything that is supposed to work, sometimes does not. So we're pretty used to doing this.
On the fly, making sure everything's getting going.
Yes, but it's also a real blessing, because if we didn't have Zoom, we wouldn't be able to do as many things as we can. We have people zooming in to take classes from all over Arkansas and a couple surrounding states. We have 2 instructors that are teaching from out of state, Richmond, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. And we have every other term, we have a couple taking classes from Scotland. So it's just,
oh, that's incredible.
And we also have a lot of caregivers. We have a lot of our LifeQuest members that, might have an unpredictable schedule because of caregiving responsibility. So it's nice to have some online classes and recordings. But it is a minute or two after 2. No, it's right at 2. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is an informational meeting about 2 trips. You're not asked to sign up for anything today. I'm Leah Greenfield, Executive Director of LifeQuest of Arkansas. I have Leslie Bate here with me from Collette Travel. We partner with Collette, and we have done several trips with Collette because they are easy to work with. They have very good insurance, and will take care of our members if they have to cancel at the last minute or if something comes up on the trip, and Leslie will tell you all about that. Retired Teachers of Arkansas uses Collette Travel a lot, and some other groups that had kind of vetted Collette for us, so we feel good about using Collette. In full transparency, we do get a little bit of money from the full package, not from individuals, but by having a partnership with Collette. It's not considered a fundraiser for LifeQuest, but we do receive a little bit of payment from Collette to basically reimburse the marketing that we do for these trips. So I wanted to just be sure I was clear about that. But I wanted to turn it over quickly to Leslie. I mentioned right before we started recording, but this is being broadcast to our public Facebook page and our website. So if you have friends that want to see this presentation and didn't get to come today, they can either Google LifeQuest and go to the button that says special events, and this is at the top of the page, so they can see trips, Collette, and see the recording of our informational meeting today. Or you can search for LifeQuest of Arkansas on Facebook, and this is also on our public Facebook page. So there's 2 ways to see today's meeting. That's enough for me. Leslie, welcome. Introduce yourself and let's get going.
Thank you so much. And y'all, I'm not tech savvy enough to figure out how to turn the camera on so you can see me and the presentation at the same time. So I apologize.
We'll just watch the presentation. That's what we're here for. We're glad to have you.
Perfect. I'm Leslie Bate. I'm with Collette. I absolutely love both of these trips, so it's fun for me to talk about. We'll talk about New York holiday first, and then jump into tropical Costa Rica, so you get a little bit of cold and a little bit of warm. And this is just a quick video about Collette. Can y'all hear the sound okay?
I did not ask you to share sound, so we don't hear it. There's a setting when you share the screen that you click to do that. So you'll probably want to stop share for a minute. Okay. We're still seeing your desktop.
Okay.
I'm going to stop share for you. Okay, so from here, when you click the share screen button on the bottom of Zoom, when that pops open in the bottom left corner, you'll see a share sound button, and click that as well.
Thank
and
you.
then you can return to that slide and we should be able to hear. Yes, thank you.
Since 1918, Collette has provided tours that take people around the country and around the world. From our humble beginnings, leading guided bus tours down the East Coast, to luxurious, all-inclusive explorations of some of the world's most exotic locations, we craft unparalleled travel adventures. We are there to help our guests every step of the way on their travel journey. From finding the perfect destination, to securing flights and hotel stays, to creating enriching cultural experiences. All our guests have to worry about is enjoying their trip. Collette is celebrating its 100th year as a family-owned company. We've continued to build our expertise, our connections, and our selection of tours so that we can make all of our guests' travel dreams a reality. It's time to see the world with Collette.
We're actually in our 105th season or year, as Collette refers to it as a season. What sets us apart? Collette has mastered the art of group travel over its 105 years. We have 4-star plus guided touring, which means you're going to stay in 4-star plus hotels. Sometimes they're 5-star hotels. Beautifully kept motor coaches and excursions that are immersive in the culture that you're visiting. They're pioneers of the guided travel and have perfected the touring pace, which means you don't come home absolutely exhausted. You'll have some mornings, some afternoons, some evenings with activities, and then other times you'll have a little free time to relax or sightsee on your own, maybe go shopping for souvenirs, things like that. We also make sure to give back to the areas that we travel in, and I'll touch on that a little bit further into the presentation. And then, of course, as Leah mentioned earlier, our worry-free booking, travel, and transportation all together. And then the most seasoned team and guided travel. We are so fortunate to have guides that are local to the countries we visit, the cities we visit, and even some local to different neighborhoods in some areas. So Collette's social responsibility. Every day we share the world's beauty and culture with guests that are committed to taking care of the places we live, work, and travel. We focus on 4 key areas: community, people, travel, and the planet. We give back, I believe last year, the employees of Collette volunteered around 6,400 hours to make sure that we're giving back to the areas that give us so much. So spotlight on New York. Holiday. Experience the Big Apple at its festive best. There's nothing like the glittering lights of New York during the holidays. You'll start off fly into New York, fly out of New York, and have some amazing activities along the way. This is a level 3 activity, which means you're an on-the-go traveler. You don't want to miss a thing, and you can walk and stand for longer periods, 1 to 2 hours. There are some walking tours with this trip, but they are at a slower pace. So don't worry about stopping and taking a break if you need to, and then getting right back into it. There may also be some uneven grounds, which means stairs, curbs, uneven grounds along those lines. But we were in a city, so it should be pretty friendly, but there are always going to be steps that could be part of your activity. Day 1, start spreading the news. You arrive in America's most exciting metropolis at holiday time. The city that never sleeps is home to over 8 million people. You'll enjoy that day. You'll set out day 2 to embrace the energy at the fascinating city, locally guided by one of the Big Apple residents. Your tour will include Central Park. You'll also see Greenwich Village, which is one of the most iconic Manhattan neighborhoods for writers, artists, and musicians. And you'll admire the gleaming Empire State Building. You do not go in this one, but there will be free time later if you choose to go back and want to go to the top. I will say I've been up there and it's pretty windy, so don't let your hat fly off. Then you'll head down to Wall Street, where you'll see where the business tycoons and investment bankers congregate, which is also our nation's financial hub. The remainder of the afternoon, like I mentioned before, is at leisure. So if you choose to go back to the Empire State Building, or maybe you want to go skating at Rockefeller Center or walk around Central Park, it's up to you. Make sure you take a picture in front of the colossal Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center and gaze at the Fifth Avenue window displays. Saks, Macy's, all of the shopping stores almost compete to outdo each other's window displays at Christmas, and they're pretty fantastic. After dinner at a local restaurant, you're in for the sweetest holiday treat in New York. You'll get to see the Rockettes, the Christmas Spectacular, and you'll even get to see the iconic wooden soldier fall, which is the Rockettes dressed up as wooden soldiers. It's very impressive to watch. Day 3, you will start your day with a fun-filled breakfast at Ellen's Stardust Diner, a 50s themed restaurant with a singing waitstaff. And most of the waiters and waitresses there have been in off or on Broadway plays. And it's been around since 1987. Then you'll board the ferry and cruise the New York Harbor. You'll definitely want to dress warm this day because it can get a little windy on the water. You'll drive up, you'll dock and get an up-close view of Lady Liberty. She has welcomed immigrants and visitors to New York since 1886, and she was a gift from France. Then you will get back, or you'll be on the boat, and you'll head over to Ellis Island, step back in time for a self-guided tour of the museum. Ellis Island opened for immigrants in 1892 and was converted to a museum in 1990. You can also learn some of the personal stories of the immigration boom that happened from 1892 to 1924. More than 12 million people passed through the station. It did close in 1954 as an immigration office. This evening, you'll have an optional Greenwich Village tour. It's a walking tour if you choose to participate. It's about 4 hours, and you'll get to see the rich history, learn about the rich history of the neighborhood and the bohemian reputation. There will also be a family-style dinner at a local restaurant. Day 4 is a little more somber. You reflect on the 9/11 memorial and take a self-guided tour of the 9/11 Museum. The twin pools are surrounded by bronze structures that have the names of everyone that lost their lives that day. And then this afternoon, you're off to Times Square to take your seat at a Broadway show. So you'll really get 2 shows, you get the Rockettes and then a Broadway play. And that evening, you'll do a farewell to the extraordinary city with a dinner at a local restaurant with your travel friends. Some of the plays that have been seen in the past have included Phantom of the Opera, Jersey Boys, Kinky Boots, Chicago, and Beautiful, the Carole King musical, which are all fabulous. Your tour comes to a close with many pleasant memories and your exciting tour of fabulous New York, New York during the holiday season. Then we'll jump into Costa Rica to warm up after that nice holiday. Discover Costa Rica's good life on a rendezvous with exotic fauna, lush rainforests, and endless coastlines. For this one, you'll fly into San Jose and out of Guanacaste. It's an overall activity level of 3, which again, you're on the go traveler. You don't mind walking and standing. You will navigate hills and uneven grounds for sure on this trip, but it is absolutely beautiful. You'll have various modes of transportation, which for this one specifically means boats, and then possibly a zip line if you're so inclined. Day 1 of your trip opens in the colorful city of San Jose. This is the capital of Costa Rica, and your adventure is ready. Day 2, you'll travel through the lush countryside of Central Valley. This is the coffee region. So for your coffee lovers, you'll have some amazing coffee over there. Since the late 1700s, coffee has been a part of the Costa Rican culture, and it is considered one of the best coffees in the world from the beans that are grown there. This afternoon, you will check into a leisurely 3-night stay at the lodge overlooking the majestic Arenal volcano. And you'll get to know Costa Rican culture this evening. Day 3 of all the Costa Rican nature preserves, the remote 20,000 acre of Cano Negro are home to the largest viewable selection of indigenous wildlife. You'll get to see monkeys and sloths, maybe some fish swimming, birds. You just keep your eyes and cameras out so you can photograph all the wildlife that you will see. Oops. Excuse me. You may also see river otters, crocodiles, turtles, all the fun things that we don't see so much in this part of the U.S. You'll also have a full day of exploring the region and have the opportunity to attain a taste of complete relaxation with an optional visit to one of the finest spas in the region. You'll actually be able to enjoy this option all 3 nights if you choose, or any of the 3 nights. Day 4, you will explore a family-owned farm, getting sneak peeks into the daily lives of the locals. During the tour of the gardens, learn how they plant their plants are organically grown through concepts of sustainability. The farm considers itself to be a classroom without borders. Taste the exotic fruit harvest and experience the traditional ways to process sugarcane. And if you choose, you're also going to have the opportunity to enjoy a little cane liqueur before engaging in the culinary demonstration and farm-to-table lunch. On day 5, you'll enjoy a delightful cruise along the largest lake in Costa Rica. It covers over 33 square miles. It also has a hydroelectricity project built the dam in 1979 and now produces around 17% of the country's electricity. Then you get a choice, optional excursions if you choose. You can go to the Butterfly Hanging Bridge, which you'll get to see 30 species of tropical butterflies. Costa Rica itself has about 1,000 species. Or you can do choice 2, which is the zip line canopy tour. You'll get to feel like you're at the top of the canopy, and it is absolutely a thrill-seeking but enjoyable ride. My boss was there. He had a lady celebrating her 90th birthday that was ziplining in front of her. Day 7, you will make your way up to Hunacasta, known for its sandy beaches, home to mountains, volcanoes, and endless shorelines. The trees up there also, the Hunacasta tree is also known as the elephant ear tree. You'll have a chance to relax and enjoy the beach and the resort amenities. And then day 8, you'll enjoy some fun in the sun as you explore nearby beaches. Or if you want, you can relax the resort by the pool and enjoy some of the amenities there. There is a choice for an optional tour down the Ora River or breathtaking snorkeling activities. So you can go mangrove kayaking on the Ora River. It lasts 3 hours. Or you can go dolphin watching and snorkel experience and get a different perspective on Costa Rican wildlife. This afternoon, you'll visit the beach town of Samara and enjoy time at leisure. Perhaps you'll visit the town with your tour manager for free time and shopping. In day 9, you will depart for home with fabulous memories of your Costa Rican adventure.
Tropical Costa Rica is a unique program because it takes place at what is quite possibly the most biodiverse country on earth.
I had no idea the variety that is available here that we're getting to see.
It's about being able to deliver an opportunity for guests to have a lifetime experience.
Now, if you're not ready to go home yet, you can stay a little longer and do a jungle adventure, or excuse me, start off with the jungle adventure pre-tour extension. It's 4 days. It includes 8 meals, and it's what we call as a hosted experience. You'll have a guide around for some of it, but you'll also have some free time for sightseeing and different experiences. I do love to mention that the host is great for giving suggestions on things to do in the free time, so don't feel like you're completely out there on your own. They can give amazing recommendations. Day 1, you'll arrive in San Jose, as I mentioned before, the capital city, for an overnight stay. And the next morning, you'll depart San Jose via private transportation to transfer to the dock, where you'll board an open-air boat and travel with other travelers to Unspoiled Paradise. You'll check into an eco lodge built in harmony with nature using the best sustainability practices. I will mention they use air to create breezes and they do not have air conditioning. So just that's one thing to note. But meals are featured with locally sourced ingredients prepared with the Caribbean flair. Day 3 is an early morning bird watching excursion, which is offered to you to learn about the local species and migratory birds. that flock to the area. You'll join travelers for a boat cruise through the various canals. Make sure to keep an eye open for that wildlife again. The national park is a study in rainforest, freshwater, and marine biology. It protects over 350 species of birds and mammals, including green macaws, amphibians, 111 species of reptiles, and 60 different mammals. Day 4, you'll depart the national park, returning to San Jose, where you will meet with your tour manager and fellow travelers to start your tropical Costa Rica tour. And then hometown pickup is available. We can have you all meet in one centralized location and drive to the airport so that you're not worried about parking there. And of course, we'll pick you up once you return from your trip and bring you back to your vehicles as well. Well, you can personalize your adventure by upgrading airfare, having your unique experiences include dinners on your free nights or trying different restaurants in your free time. Optional excursions, whether it's the hanging bridge or zip lining, then adding those pre-nights just to make it a little more unique if you want a little more. Our no worries travel protection. Leah mentioned this earlier, and this is one of my favorite things to talk about. Collette offers what I call the bad hair day policy. You can cancel up to any reason whatsoever from the day before you depart with their insurance and get all of your money back minus the cost of the insurance. It's just a great way, especially, after COVID, we all learned that you just never know what might happen. It just gives you that extra sense of security. And then when you're on tour, it covers you for medical assistance, evacuation, bag loss, or luggage, making sure you stay safe. We also offer a loyalty program. So if you travel within the next 12 months, it's $150 off. And if you travel with us again between the next 13 and 14 months, it's $100, or 24 months, it's $100 off. To go to Costa Rica, you will need a passport. And then for New York, of course, you just need some sort of ID, driver's license or ID to fly. We do have web pages available for registration. There's 2 different ones, and I'm happy to, present those, give those codes to Leah if she needs them. And then that's the end of the presentation. Do y'all have any questions for me?
I'm sure we do.
I'm happy to answer.
Before we open it up to, can you let us know exactly how we sign up? What do you need and who handles what? I'm listening too.
You can do one of 2 things. You can either call Collette directly, and I can give you the number to do that, or you can go online to the web links and register that way. In order to sign up, you'll need to put down your deposit. And if you're going to purchase insurance, I think it's the best time to do it is right in the very beginning, so there's no questions. Would y'all like me to give out that 1-800 number?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's 1-800-852-5655. That's 1-800-852-5655, and they can assist you with getting signed up.
Okay, and then if you go to the LifeQuest of Arkansas website, right under our logo, you can look at special events. That special events will take you straight to trips, and there are buttons that you can push for each of these trips that will actually is a link to the Collette website. And when you open those up, it says sign in or sign up or register. And so you can, from the LifeQuest website, you'll be taken directly to the Collette website. Now, Jack, I know that you started the process. Can I put you on the spot and ask you how it went? Did you have any trouble signing up? and you're muted. Can you unmute?
Not begun signing up at all.
You what?
No, I have not signed up.
Oh, you haven't. Oh,
No.
no, the other Jack Brody. There's two Jacks. Sorry,
Okay.
Jack Percival. Go ahead, Jack Brody.
Hey, Leah, I did sign up yesterday. Once I kind of understood the travel policy and the travel protection, I found it pretty easy. It's just a matter of entering data. Like she said, pay your deposit and then make a choice whether you want to go on the Greenwich tour or not. But it went real smoothly.
Okay. Thank you for being put on the spot. Jack obviously was interested in the New York City trip, but he called me and I wanted to be sure that folks know that LifeQuest is not taking your credit card information. We are passing that smoothly and completely on to Collette to handle that. We're promoting it and getting the information out because we think these are great trips for our members. But the sign up is to Collette, but you can find the Collette website and information on the LifeQuest of Arkansas website. So we've linked that to make it easier for folks to find. What other questions?
We have a lot of unmuted mics and we have a raised hand. The first unmuted mic that I saw was Judy McAinch or Garrett.
Judy McAinch, I'm here.
Go
Hi,
ahead.
with your
Do you have
question.
a question?
No, not at the moment. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then Mary Shay, go ahead.
Yes, I was going to ask how many people will be on the trip, and are they all going to be LifeQuest people or people from all over? Kind of how's that work?
Our trips allow up to 44 people, so they probably will not be all LifeQuest people.
Unless y'all
It's
get
usually
really
another group or two with you. The groups typically, or we typically see our groups in the ages, retirement age, or seniors that are still active and like to go and have fun and sightsee. So you're looking at your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. My dad wants to go on one and he's going to be 80 pretty soon and he can get around beautifully. So people who are still, want to go and have fun and sightsee, that's who we typically see.
I think the people on that boat in Costa Rica, that could have been a LifeQuest group. And we do have two LifeQuest couples that have just recently in the last year since the pandemic traveled to Costa Rica, and they did this independently. And so, I can give you their names if you want to ask me, and I bet they'd love to show you pictures of their trip and how it went. And they were LifeQuest members, not a Collette trip. They just went on their own. I know that when the group went to Maine with Collette, there were only 6 LifeQuest members that went to Maine. And I think they had a travel group of 24. And so they got to meet other people about, their age in the 60s and 70s who were from all over. They made friends from people in New England and Ohio and other places in the South. So it is a kind of a neat way to get to know other people in a small group.
Absolutely, Leah.
Jean,
Sorry.
Jean Steimers has a question for you also.
Hi,
I've
Jean.
been to Costa Rica when I was 60. It was not with Collette, but the age ranged from maybe 55 to 82 or 3. Nobody had problems walking. We did do a trip to Tortuguero, which was wonderful. No phones, no clocks. Basically, you told them what time you wanted to wake up and they came and knocked on the door. But the howler monkeys woke us up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so it wasn't really an issue to wake up with a knock on the door.
Yeah.
But it is
I've
by
heard about
far
this.
the best country I have ever traveled to.
Great. Amazing.
Awesome. I also have someone unmuted that just identified as iPhone. And so I'm not sure who that is.
Oh, that could be me. It's Cynthia. I was just wondering, there's been no mention of prices. Is that something you can share?
And it's on our brochures. I mean, they're all over the place around LifeQuest. And it's on the website as well. But Leslie, go ahead and talk to us about those prices.
So the price per person for double occupancy for both trips actually is $2,999. That does not include your insurance if you opt to purchase that. We don't include it because not everybody wants to purchase it, but I do highly recommend it because you can cancel up to any reason up to the day before.
And that includes the airfare, hotel, all that, right?
That includes airfare, hotel, and some meals. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm just saying, and I am, obviously part of promoting this, but the $3,000 for 2 people to go to Costa Rica for 9 days with airfare and hotel, that's a really good deal. Am I saying that correctly?
No, it's per person.
Oh,
for
it is
double
per person
occupancy.
for double. Oh, okay.
It's
I thought
still
that
a great
was
deal.
It's per person.
with
And we do have some single people
Okay.
who have paired up,
Oh, that's
who
true.
are friends, and they say,
Mhm.
hey, I want to go. Do you want to go? And then friends will go.
Oh, it's per person, but you
Mhm.
get a little bit of a better price if
If
you're
you
paid.
agree to
Okay,
share a room.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, good deal.
And that does, the Tropical Costa Rica does include 14 meals in that price.
Yeah.
So
Still.
that's and the majority of your excursions. There's, the pre-night is additional, but it's a great, it's a great deal. 14 meals is pretty
Yeah.
great.
It was even a better deal when I had it wrong.
Right, well, it was, but it's still not bad for an international trip.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't for an international trip for sure. I'm glad I got that straightened out. I know in previous trips, it was real important that somewhere along the way when they registered that they made sure they said a trip identification number or LifeQuest so that Collette knew among all of the trips you're coordinating all over the world, that when our LifeQuest members sign up, that they're a part of the LifeQuest trip. And I know that on these brochures that we have in the LifeQuest office, at the very bottom, it always says, please refer to booking number. Is that something that's easy to do when you do it online, when you go to the website, or do we have to reinforce that somehow?
The easiest thing that might be to do is to email out the links, and it should be on your brochure.
Okay.
Possibly one of the last pages, the back page, or
Okay.
I can email them to you, Leah, if you want to share that way.
Yeah, no, I have it.
I think when they register through the website, because it's Collette built, it has our booking number in there with it and already identifies them as LifeQuest. So if they go to our website and go to special events and book that way, it's already there.
It's
If they
built in,
call, then they need to identify themselves as LifeQuest members.
Okay, I guess that's a good point. If you sign up for these trips in any other way other than going through the LifeQuest website, be sure that you are paying attention, or that you get from me or any of the staff here at LifeQuest the booking ID number, because we want to know that you're a LifeQuest member attending this trip and that we'll put you together.
And you're on the right group.
You're in the right group. Yeah, there's a booking ID number that identifies you as LifeQuest. But what I'm hearing Gina say is that is built in when you register through the LifeQuest website.
Someone came by the office and was concerned about the level 3 activity for New York. I'm assuming that means you may be standing in line for activities, since there's not hiking in New York, especially. Right. Can you speak to that?
Sure. It's the walking tours. So for people who can't walk for more than a block or two at a time, it may not be the right trip for them. Because we want the people who do pay to go on these trips to be able to fully enjoy them. Yeah. Again, they're walking tours, they stop, they talk about buildings or restaurants, the culture in the area. So it's not a non-stop walk, but it is going to involve some walking. Yeah. And then again, maybe some up and downs on curbs and things like that. You'll also be getting into a boat for the Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty tour. So maybe being able to get it in and out of a boat. But there will be a dock there, but just having the confidence and the stability to be able to get in and out. It's a completely different level 3. You're absolutely right, than the Costa Rica trip.
Thank you.
Gina, can you show us, can you share your screen and show us where to go on our website? Since I've mentioned it a couple times, I thought maybe better to show it.
I do want to mention while she's pulling that up, the deposit due date for the New York trip is July 7th. So we're just a little over 2 months away. And then for Costa Rica, it is August 1st. So always best to, if you're interested in it, you can book now or book soon. And until those dates, you can cancel for any reason and get your deposit and your insurance back.
And I
Those
do
dates-
know for the
Yeah.
main trip, when folks wanted, they waited until, a couple weeks before the trip and it was full.
Absolutely.
They do fill up. So they're
They fill up.
holding some spots for us. Is that right, Leslie? You're holding
That's correct.
spots.
We're
for
holding
LifeQuest.
spots until those dates I gave. So for New York, it is July 7th. And for Costa Rica, it's August 1st. After those dates, the pricing does go up because of airfare.
Yeah.
So I always like to reiterate that if you're going to book with us, the sooner the better to get the best pricing. Because
So-
unfortunately, July and August will be here before we know it.
That's right.
Yes. This is the LifeQuest of Arkansas website homepage. It looks a little different right now because we have this portion at the top about today's meeting, but usually you would normally see this video first thing. And right above there are some links. What we do, we have special events and opportunities. If you click on that, then you will see information about our upcoming Collette trips. You can download the brochure by clicking the New York button or the Costa Rica button, and those will download to your computer automatically. They don't open up as a separate web page. So wherever your downloads go, you can find them there. Or if you click the link, that will take you to the Collette website, and it will say LifeQuest of Arkansas, but without our logo on there, it's not our website. It's what they've put up for us. And so that's how you would go to the New York, or the other paragraph about Costa Rica has the Costa Rica sign up. And then you can see all the double and single and triple options, and see a full itinerary, which is the same thing that's in the brochure. You don't have to download the brochure if you don't know about it. You can learn all about it from their website as well.
And all of this you get to through the LifeQuest website. Under that, what we do, special events.
If you Google search LifeQuest of Arkansas, you'll come to our website, or it's lifequestofarkansas.org, and then what we do, special events, and here it is. So that's all.
What other questions do we have?
Judy Langford, or Jack, unmuted again. Do you have a question?
When I was going through the process of filling things out, it asked for a frequent flyer number, but I did not see what airline we were flying on. So is that known at this point?
No, sir, it's not. Typically, the bookings are done 30 to 45 days out.
Okay.
Is that something he can provide later if he has one?
Absolutely. You can, you can provide it at the gate before you leave if you need to.
Okay.
Or
thanks.
you can call Collette, but it's, it takes about 30 seconds usually at the airport to get it done.
Okay, thank you.
Leslie, when we had folks go to Maine, we had some people from LifeQuest that were going to visit a daughter in Pennsylvania or Boston. And so they were going to spend a few days in Boston and then meet up with the group in Maine. And then another person was going to go to Maine, but then they wanted to stay for several days after the trip. So if people kind of want to tailor their experiences a little bit, either arrange their flights a little differently on the front or back end, how do you work with folks who want to do that?
You'll want to call in for that reservation.
Okay,
Because correct. Our customer service team can help you with that. If you're for New York's easy, or even Costa Rica, if you're flying into San Jose and you want to go a few days early and just explore on your own, make your own reservations for hotels, things like that, they can bump your airline out without any additional charges. If you want us to book the hotel rooms and things like that, then of course there'll be additional fees
Right.
for those additional nights. But absolutely, call the customer service. They'll be able to specialize those flights for you to get you in or out earlier. Later.
That's a little customization. I can see if people are visiting their sister in Dallas before they meet up in Costa Rica or something, they may want to tailor it a little bit. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fly in and out of Dallas.
Yeah, which may be what you're doing anyway, but I know that that's always a question we've gotten. We've had LifeQuest members go to, where all have they gone? They've been to Spain, they've been to Ireland, Maine.
Right.
We tried for Italy, but then COVID hit, so we didn't get to do that one.
Oh no, we had a great Italy trip planned. We'll have to go back. We'll have to try it again. Pandemic interrupted those plans. What other questions before we let Leslie go and see what it looks like? Well, the Collette team is available to us. As it gets closer, I'll have Leslie on speed dial, but she also has a good customer service team that can help us with any special needs or requests. I think it's, if you have any specific questions, if you have mobility concerns about these trips, you can relay those to me and I can ask Leslie and her team. So my email is lgreenfield@lifequestofarkansas.org. lgreenfield@lifequestofarkansas.org. And you spell out of and Arkansas. It's a real long email.
I'm
Or
sorry,
you
I
can just
forgot who
call the
the-
office.
I forgot who
What?
the iPhone person was, but they unmuted.
Cynthia, I just real quick, and I think I know the answer, Leah, and we don't know the hotel or the Broadway shows for New York City at this time. Is that right? And how soon would you know?
We do know it's the Sheraton Times Square. For the
Okay.
hotel. The second Broadway play, we do not know. So we know the Rockettes.
Okay.
Typically around the 80-day mark, we'll send out the play options, and then those need to be given back to us about the 50-day pre-trip mark.
Okay.
I will say, once you pick your play, that's it can't be changed because the tickets are going to be purchased.
Okay, got it.
Unless you wanted to swap within your group, that's fine. But
Got it.
once you state your preference, we move forward with the purchasing.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all the questions I see.
Okay, well, we're here. And so if you think of one after today, call the LifeQuest office and I can relay them to Leslie and her team, and we will get your questions answered, and look forward to you sharing this information with friends and family. That brings me to another point. They do not have to be a LifeQuest member to attend or to sign up for these trips. This is open to anyone. They can just sign up through the LifeQuest website and go with you, or even without you. This is something that we are doing because we like it and we want people to get out and about, and it's complements our mission. But you do not have to be a LifeQuest enrolled member to travel on these Collette trips. Okay, so share information and pack your bags, get your passport updated, and we'll see you on the road.
Oh, Leah, on that note, I'm glad you said that. Passports typically have to be good. We always say 8 months after the day you return, because some countries flag it if it's sooner than that. So I recently had to get mine done because I was going out of the country, and it would have been within that point when I returned that mine expired. So just a heads up for that. But thank you.
Well, okay. And so I will share a real quick horror story. I went to visit my daughter in 2022. No, when was it? Yeah, 2022 in Paris. Thought I had an updated passport, but we lost a year. That pandemic, that weird year where no one remembers what they did. I lost a year. My passport expired during somewhere in 2021. I didn't know it. I had to get an emergency passport. I was the last passport issued in the emergency passport office in Hot Springs the day before I left the next morning for Paris. I didn't know until 6 p.m. the day before if I was going to make it on the plane or not. I would have lost that whole cost of my ticket. Don't do what I did. Oh, if you're even considering going out of the country, check your expiration date today. I have never had anything like that happen to me before, and I did make the plane, but oh my goodness,
It's enough to scare you.
that I got some gray hair for that experience. So don't do that. All right, safe travels.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Okay,
Thank you very
thank you.
much. Bye.
Bye-bye.